What best practices do you envision faculty incorporating in the classroom to deepen student learning?
First, we've spent a lot of time in the past year or so really examining online learning and its importance to our students. And we know that we want to be able to improve our practice as it relates to online learning. So I'm hoping that many faculty will continue to work towards an improvement of their preparation for online learning. I'm also hoping that many more of our faculty will engage in active learning strategies in the classroom. The literature and the research is clear for many of our students that we serve at Valencia in particular. They are more successful when they experience a classroom where the faculty member has a bit of scholarship in the area of active learning. Beyond that, I think it's important for faculty to be our leaders in early alert programming. Our students bring very disparate backgrounds into the classroom in terms of their content preparation, in terms of their study habits, and also in terms of things that they're experiencing in their life. And the faculty member is that front row, first-hand practitioner who sees the student and has the first sense of understanding that something may be awry. And while this is not so much a pedagogical or an andragoginal approach, I think the idea of being the individuals who can alert the college and the student to areas of concern is also something that faculty can learn more about, and they can help us to create a body of knowledge around the best ways to do that.
How can faculty make a student's learning journey at Valencia an enriching experience?
We have a wonderful group of faculty here at Valencia, and I know each of them is deeply invested in our student success. Some of the things that they can do is to properly assess students early on in the classroom to give them a sense of where the student is performing, to offer to the students the best guidance of where they can identify areas for learning support. They can also be very clear in their syllabi in terms of establishing what the expectations are for the student, as well as what students can expect from the faculty member. And as I know many of our faculty are, they can just become the best scholars in their work in terms of making sure that they're very progressive and innovative in the content that they're sharing. And finally, I would suggest that faculty can help students simply by demonstrating an ethic of caring. Students just respond better when they know that their faculty member is deeply vested in their success.
Why is it important for faculty to be reflective practitioners?
It's important for faculty to be reflective practitioners because really they are best prepared and best equipped to evaluate their own performance. And one of the best techniques is to take the time to think about one's scope and approach in the classroom, to look at assessment practice and to look at evaluative practice, to see how students are really learning. And oftentimes the practitioner has the lens because they are the ones who are there. They've designed the classroom learning experience, they've designed the assessment tools that are being utilized, and they know what the intended outcomes were for those particular exercises. So it's the discipline of slowing oneself down to evaluate it that becomes most valuable in terms of really discerning whether or not students are learning, because that's the end game, is really to ensure and to facilitate students' best learning.
Why should faculty invest time in the services offered at the campus centers for teaching and learning innovation?
I think it's fabulous for faculty to visit the CTLI because there are so many resources that are available to them. I firmly believe that our faculty are committed to being the very best. I firmly believe that they're committed to enhancing student learning and maximizing the outcomes that can be achieved. Oftentimes, as practitioners, we're able to assess areas where we may need to strengthen our practice, but we don't necessarily know how to get there. And so visiting the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Innovation helps us as practitioners to understand that there are experts among us, first of all. Secondly, it helps us to know that there are a breadth of resources that are available right here at the college that are free. It also helps the college to build a circle of experts in particular areas. We know more about each other, we know more about our capabilities, and it helps us to better serve the academy of scholars who are working directly with our students.
How do you envision part-time engagement for faculty with the Center for Teaching and Learning Innovation?
So our part-time faculty are tremendously important to us here at Valencia. They teach a large percentage of our classes and they invest a great deal in our students. In many cases, they bring an expertise that is relevant, is modern and contemporary because they are still engaged in our workforce and in our industry as practitioners in their field. We want them to feel that they are able to receive concierge services through our Centers for Teaching, Learning, and Innovation. It's so important, first of all, that they have a sense of a place that is outside of their respective academic division offices where they can go and they can find camaraderie with faculty within discipline as well as faculty from other disciplines. It's also important for them to have a place where they can go and meet with students if it's their desire. It's also important that they have a place where they can identify the resources that are going to help them to become more proficient as educators. And so the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Innovation serves as that place beyond the academic division where they can become more deeply connected to Valencia and to our practice that we have espoused as it relates to our competencies for Valencia educators.
What excites you the most about the new Center for Teaching and Learning Innovation Design?
I am so excited about the redesign of the Center for Teaching and Learning and Innovation, first because it reflects the feedback that we've received from faculty, both our full-time faculty and our part-time faculty, about their needs and how they would like to be able to engage for the purpose of improving their own scholarship. And I'm excited to be able to have a new and a modern space that allows faculty to be able to come together to test out new technologies, to engage in conversations about their practice, to be able to see students, simply to be able to have a space for respite and renewal in the middle of a day. It's just a wonderful opportunity to think differently about how the classroom functions, as well as to test out some of those ideas. So to me, the new Center for Teaching and Learning and Innovation Design is the culmination of a number of ideas for innovation, a number of ideas around building connectedness, and a number of ideas around building scholarship coming together in one place with the right cadre of people to be able to facilitate that additional learning.